Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Have y'all watched that documentary, a.k.a. docuseries, on Lou Pearlman?
I watched part of the first episode, and it was dragging, and so I bailed out. I'm going to go back and watch it. I just thought that day I was like, "This is okay. Well, I got it. Move on. Let's go.
Yeah, I watched it. I finished the whole thing. I mean, the entire thing. People always do that. I watched the whole thing.
Was it 4 episodes?
Oh, really? 3 or 4. I mean, but Lou Pearlman was the founder and manager of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Those are the two big ones, and then a bunch of other boy bands along the way. And A.J. McLean from the Backstreet Boys, did he come out as non-binary or something not long ago? I thought he did. I thought there was something that he did with that. I know he performed in drag somewhere, I think, but I thought he had made a statement. But anyway, one of the things, and this is what I realized in watching this documentary, was when they were talking to him. One of the things about, because I've been around drag queens and stuff. I mean, we on the radio in Birmingham, their whole drag queen community, as they call it, they were big fans of ours and whatnot. But the thing that always kind of puts me aback is what A.J. McLean is in this video, where he's got long, manicured, painted fingernails like a woman on his man hands.
His hairy man hands.
Well, they may not be, but they're big, and it's just like he's gesturing with these long manicured nails, and it looks clunky, and because he's not dressed like a woman in any other way.
Right.
It's just, and he's not painting his nails like a rock star does. I mean, he has a full manicured, polished, pick out the OPI color that you want me to do this week or whatever.
Really?
On his nails, and it's almost like a Cajun shrimp color. It's kind of orangish, reddish, pinkish look. Oh, but it's all I could focus on.
So you're missing what he's saying because you're watching his fingernail go over.
And then I found myself trying not to look at it.
What is that?
And that's annoying too. And something like that catches your eye, and you're trying to watch the show, but suddenly you're locked in on something. And
then I like him. In any dealings that we've had with the Backstreet Boys, he was always cool. He's cool in this documentary. But it's just that just I can't stop thinking about that because it looks so out of the ordinary for me. And I didn't realize that Chris Kirkpatrick, you could get your ass kicked. I didn't realize that he was the one that brought that there would be no NSYNC with those members if it weren't for him. He was the first one to get hired, and then he picked the rest of the guys.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you almost never heard him sing. I mean, he's always in the background.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he was so poor, and his family was poor. And so he went and jumped into that whole thing because he thought that was it. He said, we would have signed a contract no matter what it said.
15 cents. So, I mean, I saw him performing at a shopping mall with the members of O-Town a couple weeks ago. I mean, I didn't see it. It was a video on the internet. No way. I'm thinking.
No, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, was it him? Chris? Yeah, Chris
I'm pretty sure
Kirkpatrick.
it's Chris Kirkpatrick.
In sync.
Yep.
Because I was watching it and he said that once they knew that the boy band craze was going out, he said, I never realized that Kirkpatrick rhymed with ass kick. And that Eminem was making fun of him, and then that was the beginning of people not wanting to be up on the boy bands. But I even though Lou Pearlman had passed, I need to apologize to him because I knew that, the whole thing about his being arrested for scamming people and running all these schemes against investors and people losing their life savings, investing in his companies, and he was a shady crook. But I thought that there were also some sexual misconduct allegations that were thrown in there with him. And I don't know where I got that, but because I didn't keep up with the entire thing because by then I didn't care with what he was getting arrested for and all that. So I thought at the time somebody said something about he'd been a creeper or something, but he wasn't.
Oh.
He wasn't. He was just a crook, not a creep and a crook, just a crook.
Did he take any money from the bands? Or my understanding was always the Ponzi scheme and all that stuff was completely separate from the bands, right?
Yeah, it was investors.
Yeah,
that would invest in the entertainment organization that he ran and his aviation company, and they said that what is it called, Transatlantic Airlines or whatever that he supposedly owned, Transcontinental. That's what it was. They never saw a plane, never saw one of his jets, and they said that they had a picture on the website that people were investing in this company. And it shows their big 737 or whatever it was taking off at the airport. And they said that you don't see the whole plane because it's just a model plane that somebody's holding up like it's taking off. And they took the picture and then doctored it to make it look like it was a real plane. And I was like, so he said, yeah, we'd like for you to invest in our company and we've got this going on there. Here's our website. They would log onto the website, and that's the picture they would see. A big jet plane that said Transcontinental on it.
But that's how he got into being a manager, wasn't it? Because he leased planes, or he leased a plane to New Kids on the Block for their tour. And was along, like, checking up, like, just doing a client check like any other salesman would. It was like, oh, wow, what is going on here? These people are making hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's when he decided he'd be a manager.
Yeah. And he's cousins to Art Garfunkel. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
He and Art Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel are cousins.
But God, he made so much money as the manager of Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. It's like, what are you doing? You did it all right. You were making a fortune. Then he goes out and runs a Ponzi scheme and ends up going to prison. Like, what's happening?
Ponzi scheme is one of those things that I act like I know more about than I actually do. Because I mean, but I haven't even been able to fake it with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency and all that. I can't even act like I know anything about how that works. I just know that if I see public figures that I trust their opinions on something, if they say they like crypto, then I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'll go with that.
All right.
But yeah, the nails first of all, long fingernails on a man to begin with, long fingernails on man hands never looks good as far as I'm concerned. But I would rather see long unkempt nails on a man than long, perfectly manicured nails.
I don't know that I've mentioned this to you or not. Paul Simon, I saw being interviewed once, and he was playing acoustic guitar. And just on his right hand, he has longer fingernails, because he uses them to pick, and he doesn't use a guitar pick. He just uses his finger, and it's the weirdest looking thing because like your left hand fingernails are well manicured because you can't have them long to work the top neck of the guitar, but your right hand fingernails are longer, that they're abnormally long for a guy. Like it's so weird.
I always wonder when I see a guy with long fingernails. I mean, how do you touch a woman anywhere? If I was a woman and I saw long fingernails coming to me, even if it's just to pat me on the shoulder or something, I'd be like,
Good back scratch, I bet.
God.
Like a good back scratch, man.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.